I actually got to go back to work really soon. But we did make some progress on. Oh, I gotta turn my volume off. Okay, come on, phone. Turn that off so that y'all don't get bothered by it. We made progress today. So this is the very first dice tower I ever built. It was a book, a pre-pop book, and it was just a ramp model. And then obviously there's a whole bunch of dice on the inside of it because there's a dice storage area. This big white one actually sits right in there. This was the first model I did, and then the second model I ever did was actually a modification of this into something else, basically. But for the Monopoly board, I wanted a skyscraper-looking thing because it's Monopoly. There's skyscrapers in Monopoly in certain versions of it. So that's where we are at now. This is I'm probably just gonna say 3 feet tall worth of tower. It's a skyscraper. This was really, really easy to build, but also challenging at the same time. So I kind of liked what was going on here. So basically, all this was is I started with these side panels. They came in 4 foot sections. I don't want to do 4 foot because that's huge. So I took and I cut them into 2 foot sections. So this section here is 2 feet from top to the bottom of this panel. You can see where there's two different panels here. This one is 2 feet. But these pieces of wood came in 3 foot sections and I didn't cut them. I just left them how they were. So basically all I did was I wood glued together these panels with these, and then I finish nailed them. You can see these little holes right here, up here. That is where a finish nail has gone in to kind of hold it all together. The wood glue will really hold it pretty well. It's just the brad nail will help that wood glue set up exactly how it should be. Once this was here, I took and I drilled straight through one side this way, in and out that way to try to get these as straight as possible. It still didn't work, but that doesn't bother me because I put a cover on the top of it. And then I took these 3/8 dowel rods here, which come in 3 foot sections as well, I think. Cut them to length and I stuck them through, and then I've put wood glue over top of them, and I'm going to come back later and sand this down once all that glue sets up so that you can see it kind of sticks out on this side right here. We're going to sand over top of this basically to kind of help not have it stick up as much. Once all of this was done, I took the heat gun to these to set the glue up just a little bit faster. It'll have to dry overnight still, but for the sake of being able to test it out and see if any changes I needed to make before the glue set, I went ahead and I tried it. I plan on playing with the bigger dice just because really they just kind of fit better, to be honest. When I first dropped them, there was a huge gap here. And most of the time it would knock off of one of these last two dowel rods and shoot out the side. So I had to extend a cover down just a little bit further and then leave enough room so that you can get your hand in here and kind of move it on around however you want. So that when you inevitably do drop this, when it lands down here in the bottom, everyone can still see that that's a 5 and that you can reach in and grab it around and things like that. So if we come up here, there's a top lid on it and there's just a hole cut in it, and we can actually drop this and you can listen to it. So it drops down to the bottom. It's a 4. Just one more time for demonstration's sake. That's a 3. So and now it's in a central collection area and you'll be able to grab it from there. What I was initially going to do was have this cross. This was homemade by me too. This was really difficult to do, but this looks really, really good. And then have the tower sit somewhere right about there on top of this cross. there would be a piece of wood here around all 4 gaps so that the dice can't go back this way. And there would be a pyramid-like structure so that it would get spit out into one of these 4 trays on the side for the players. Now then, of course, I tried to make a pyramid structure. It turns out making pyramid structures is a lot harder than I thought it was. So that kind of, it didn't work out. Primarily because this is actually too big to fit inside the tower. I made it the same size. So, you know, I said screw it. And this is, I think this is actually pretty fine. Once this is all actually set up, it's actually more stable than what you would think it is. So I'm pretty happy with how this is. These trays I'm not going to use for the cards and community chests and that type of stuff. This cross is built to sit exactly in the center of the board. This is 13.5 by 13.5. It will literally sit exactly in the center of the board. So the cards will have to sit in here, because if it was still a dice tower, then only this 4-inch by 4-inch section right here is what the cards could actually sit inside of. Yeah, we've changed how that works now to basically a better system, in all honesty. And yeah, now we have this huge dice tower that's going to be super fun to play around with, basically. I'm going to set it on the ground for a second so you guys can actually see the top of it. Like I said, there's just a hole cut in this. I used a paddle bit for this, and it didn't come out perfectly circle, and I don't really know why. But a hole's a hole, so you just drop the dice straight in there. I put this on so that you guys couldn't see how crooked those dowel rods are down there. But yeah, that's basically the internal structure of the entire thing. They just, some going this way, some going this way, and then you just kind of space them out really well so that it all fits in there. And just like that, it comes out the bottom. All right. So that's my dice tower for the Monopoly board all done and ready to go. So now I've got to go to work, and hopefully I can continue work on the Monopoly board on another day. See you guys later in another YouTube video. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to comment and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. See ya.